All right, let's be bold. Let's make a prediction then. I might regret this big time. Hello everyone, this is Joakim from Sabaton, and these are my 5 essential songs. Maybe Primo Victoria in this case. I mean, we had done demos before, we had recorded an album which hadn't been released before as well, actually Metalizer I'm talking about now. But in a sense, that is for me, and I think for Per as well, what feels for us like the start of Sabaton. I had this crazy idea to arrange the choirs like a church choir, not the traditional way done in harder music. And everybody thought I was crazy when we started the song with only my vocals, and then the choir comes in. And I had this idea, and I didn't know it was gonna work, you know. But we put down the vocals one by one. It was me and the guitarist standing there, first harmony, second harmony, third harmony. And then we put it all together because we were kind of so we couldn't listen to the other harmonies while we were recording the one of them. So we were like going blind. It should be this, you know, music theory. It should be like this. We did it until we had it, and then we put all 3 harmonies up at the same time. And at least for me, I knew. I was like, yeah, this is Sabaton. And I can remember Per saying, because this is back in the day when we didn't have so much money, we didn't have a record label. So we were with Tommy Tekgren, who were nice enough to be with us during the day, and then we could record at night. So Per was sitting there punching and recording us, you know, and he went back from the chair and did like that. So yeah, I still have that moment in time it's sort of etched into my head. So I guess it's our first must-play song. Every band has that, you know, the song that goes with you throughout your whole career, and that's our first must-play track, if you will. I don't know what you would call it. I think also for memories, there is a nostalgic factor to that. And if you've been a Sabaton fan for a bunch of years, that's gonna be with you. For us on stage as well. I mean, we always ask the crowd to sing with us and jump with us. And I mean, people are asking me if I'm tired of that song, and no, I'm not at all. Because I can basically close my eyes and think back on over 1,000 times I've played that on stage in different parts of the world. This is usually towards the end of the show, you know. People know it's almost over. People are gonna usually jump and sing along if there's a song they have a relationship with. It's a high likelihood they have a few live memories of Primo Victoria. Hopefully good ones. Most recent, I would say, must play. That we know is a must play. It takes a while for these things to crystallize, but I'm going to go with To Hell and Back. It's over 10 years old. It's hard to judge if a song is a must-play or not until a decade has passed. Because some of them are like super popular around the time of release, and then they sort of drift away. But I had this crazy idea that I wanted to mix spaghetti western, soundtrack music, Clint Eastwood, The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, with heavy metal. Everybody said, you're out of your mind. It's a stupid idea. It shouldn't be done and it can't be done. And of course, that's the safest way of making sure I'm doing anything, that I'm gonna do it in this case. So I did, and it worked out great. I'm really proud of the song, and it has been our show-ending song for a long, long time now. And I don't see us being able to play many shows unless it's a special event then without that. Same thing there. People are happy. It's been with us for a while, so I guess, you know, for every time we do something that's a bit different, we make the Sabaton sound, or whatever Sabaton is about, a little bit bigger. And I think Ghost Division in this case is the first time around that album Art of War where that started happening. I think it's now considered part of the core Sabaton sound, that style of playing. While when that came out, that was by far the hardest. We had never done anything like that at all. And it shows that, you know, we're an evolutionary band, not a revolutionary band. Every album, there is evolution happening, but it's not going to be a revolution in between two albums. So if you listen to our latest album, Legends, and compare it to the first recordings we did, it's a huge difference. And that's also a song that has got so many memories. And it's a perfect opener because it's not that complicated to play. So actually, one of the reasons we started with that song and started opening, I shouldn't be telling you trade secrets here, but I am going to do it anyway, is that when you're a young band and you're on festivals, you have a very short changeover. And you got 20 minutes to plug everything in and start playing. That's tricky. So you hide yourself under hoodies, pretend you're a crew because you can't afford to that much crew. You plug everything in, you hope it works, and then you're going to set your live sound with you don't have your own monitor engineer who's got to guess this. And that's tricky. And if you have a complex song to start to play, you're going to make mistakes. So we decided on Ghost Division because it's pretty basic. It has all the stuff. It has the harmony vocals, but not too much of it. And the riffs are quite easy. So you can headbang, and you can almost play it, if you trained it enough, without hearing anything. So we actually chose that based on the fact that, okay, at least if everything is hell and nothing works, we can still rock and sort of get this song sound pretty good, even though we don't know what's happening on stage, if everything is technically wrong. And then during the solo or something, I can run to the monitor engineer and go, do that, you know. So, and then, yeah, it became a tradition. That's interesting as well, Last Stand, because it had a second life through social media, coming, you know, I don't know, 8 years after the release of the album or something like that. It was popular, among the most popular, when it came out on the Last Stand album. However, it wasn't really the flagship track. It was always there among the most popular, but it had higher staying power than other tracks. We see that usually with every album release, there are some songs that are hugely popular at release and then they just dwindle and disappear. Others are growers that sort of just gets more and more popular over time, even though nobody basically cared about them during release. And this was trickier to see before, but these days with streaming, you got the hard data, you know, it's not that complicated. And Last Stand was always like, it was always standing there at number 2 or number 3 among the most popular songs. And today I think it's probably the most listened to. But when the album was released, I think a lot of people initially liked Sparta, for example. But that one fell really quick. It's like, okay, it's awesome, cool, but then you don't listen to it. But it's natural. I mean, we all have, when we listen to a new album, some songs we like, and then, you know, 5 or 10 listens later, some of the tracks you initially liked, you're not that much into, but you discovered 2 or 3 new tracks you didn't like on the first listen, you know. So, bit of a weird one that, because it's the only time we had a social media driven song. Yeah. We always had organic, you know, fans listening or fans enjoying or discovering through somewhere else, you know. All right, let's be bold. Let's make a prediction then. I might regret this big time. But from the new album Templars, because from that album, I think that's the one who has the biggest staying power. I could be wrong. But no, I think Templars is going to be one that's going to be with us for a very, very long time in our live set. There might be more, but that's up to you guys to decide, actually. It sounds very Sabaton without feeling a repeat of what we've done before. It's a fine balance to go as a songwriter. How do you keep the band's musical DNA while offering something new? And some people like it when you branch out and do something completely different. Some fans like it to stay as it is. It's a hard balance, and for us as well. We want to be Sabaton. We like being Sabaton. We play this kind of music because we genuinely like it. but we don't want to do the same thing over and over and over exactly in the same way.
Sure.
And it's hard to know in advance when you're writing the song, because some of those that feel the same aren't actually the same. And it's weird enough, I mean, I might have the hard data, because in many cases I've been writing, if people are talking about two different songs, it's a 99% chance I wrote both of those songs. And I will know exactly what's similar or not similar between them. And when I read comments on social media, it's like, yeah, this song reminds me of this. And I know exactly the chord progressions, the harmonies, the tempos. It's like, I'm not saying they're idiots. It's just weird to me, because in some cases, yeah, I can see that. But in some cases, it's like, what? They are nothing alike. But there is something in them that reminds that person. I mean, because I'm assuming people don't lie about those things, you know. So it's very different and personal as well, what people feel are the same. So it's the trickiest thing I think about being a songwriter, and this is not Sabaton specific. It goes for any musician. How do you stay the band that the fans want without having to reinvent yourself all the time, you know?